Hello, welcome to the Echo Tips podcast. In this week's episode, we're going to be dealing with the topic of a new feature on the Amazon Echo in the United States, and that is called adaptive volume. Adaptive volume. So that's the ability for something else noisily to be happening in your environment. The air conditioner kicked on, the kids are running through the house, maybe the dishwasher's going, and yet you need to ask your Echo, what's the weather? What's next on the calendar? How much time is left on the washer? You need to ask them what the kid's next homework assignment is. You need to ask what the thermostat's set to. But can you hear what she says back to you? Well, maybe before you couldn't because maybe her volume was set relatively low. But she can now, with this feature, sense the volume and respond much more loudly with your answer. So we're going to learn a little more about that, but before we dive into it in the deep, into the weeds there with the topic, we're going to go to a brief message about our podcast, and then we'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by the New Vision program at Goodwill. We're also grateful for the kind use of WVTF Studios. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments living in Southwest Virginia. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving the New River, Roanoke, and Shenandoah Valleys of Virginia. Goodwill's mission services help individuals with disabilities and disadvantages to get back to work and gain greater independence. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Well, hello again and welcome back. We'd like to, in particular, welcome our new listeners who wonder what they got themselves into to the Echo Tips podcast. You'll find these are little nuggetized episodes where we tackle new things on the Echo, we answer listeners' questions, and also we revisit some of the old goodies. And my name is David Ward. I'm an assistive technology instructor with the New Vision program, and you'll find that our little episodes are somewhere between 5 and 15 minutes generally in length, and we tackle a single topic every week, and we try to release those on Wednesdays. All right, and for our returning listeners, we'd like to welcome you back as well. And at the tail end of the episode, we'll mention ways you can reach out to us with your thoughts and comments. All right, so we're going to dive right into this. The ability is called adaptive volume. It's currently available on Amazon Echoes in the United States. And that is as of the end of August actually it's the 1st of September today. I think the feature probably rolled out the last week or two of August, but we're now in the first week of September. But has just recently rolled out. Okay, so anyhow, this feature allows for there maybe to be white noise, a dishwasher, kids' voices in the background. You're trying to speak to your Echo to find out some critical piece of information, what the thermostat's set to, how much time is left on the timer in the pizza in the oven, something like that, and her volume is set low, so it's maybe difficult in the past for you to hear her with all that going on. So the adaptive volume feature allows her to sense that there's a lot going on in the room, volume-wise, and turn her volume up to a much more comfortable level so you can actually hear what she's trying to say to answer your question. So this doesn't at this time deal with media or music, but simply her ability to try and verbalize a response to you in such a way that you can actually hear it over all that noise. So we're going to demonstrate how to turn the feature on and how it works here through the magic of radio, and hopefully you'll enjoy that. I had to do this in such a way that we have a white noise and stuff going on here too. Now, if you do have an Echo in hearing distance of my voice, you may want to shut its ears off so I'm not triggering your Echo at home while I'm doing this demonstration. So just give you a second to do that. Now, in this environment, I have an Echo Show, one of the first generation 10 inches, so it does have some pretty bassy speakers on it, and right now I have it set to volume 8, so it'll project pretty good, so I can show you the feature being enabled. All right. Alexa, enable adaptive volume.
Adaptive volume is already on.
Okay, so at this moment we have the volume set really high to 8 just so I could let you hear it. Project that I have no real ambient noise going on in the background except for maybe a tiny fan on the computer. And so now we're going to lower the volume quite a bit. Alexa, set volume to 3. Okay, so I really, really lowered it down, and now we're just going to try and give you a baseline of what it should sound like. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 8:52 a.m.
Okay, so as you can tell, that's really faint. Now, let's synthesize stuff going on. I have some queued up dishwasher sound, white noise kind of stuff. So let me crank that up. Okay, so now it's just barely up. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 8:53 a.m.
Okay, you can see it really hasn't changed, so now let's really crank it up. Alexa, what time is it?
It's 8:53 a.m.
Okay, so as you could see, it boosted. Now let's drop it back down. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 8:53 a.m.
Okay, so now it's lowered itself back down, corresponding to the white noise dishwasher sound effect there. So, so that's pretty handy. And I don't see, once you turn that feature on, ever really wanting to shut it off. It's probably a pretty daggone good feature. And this might be good, too. I have one of my my Echoes or virtual assistants near an air conditioning unit that, periodically turns on and off. And so that might just be really handy for situations like that where maybe they're near another noisy appliance or something like that. Anyway, so that kind of brings this episode to a close, and that's the simple thing you do, turn on adaptive volume. That's all you need to tell her, but if you need to turn it off, you just say the reverse, turn off adaptive volume. All right, so I'll bring this episode to a close. It's time to turn the ears back on your Echoes, start practicing some of the many things that you've learned in our over 150-some episodes. If you'd like to reach out to me or find out more about what I'm doing with the New Vision program at Goodwill, you can go to goodwillvalleys.com/newvision. That's all lowercase and no spaces. And you can reach out to us also on Facebook or Twitter at Goodwill Industries of the Valley. Share a comment. Tell us what you think of the podcast. Maybe topics or things you'd like to see in a future episode. And we'd be welcome to entertain those ideas. The more the merrier. Well, anyway, we thank you for listening today, and we got a lot of good things in store here with our Season 4. And so once again, we thank you for listening.
Thanks, Dave. In conclusion, let me tell you a thing or two. This episode is brought to you by New Vision at Goodwill Industries of the Valleys, and it is also made possible in part by a grant from Community Foundation serving Western Virginia. And there's more. We're also grateful for the kind use of WVTF Studios. New Vision is a program of Goodwill that provides information services and assistive technology training to individuals with visual impairments living in Southwest Virginia. For more information, check out our website at goodwillvalleys.com/newvision, with no spaces. Goodwill Industries of the Valleys is a nonprofit organization serving the New River, Roanoke, and Shenandoah Valleys of Virginia. Goodwill's mission programs help individuals with disabilities and disadvantages to get back to work and gain greater independence. These shows are provided for educational purposes. This podcast may not be retransmitted, sold, or reproduced without written permission from New Vision. Thanks for listening.